I would just like to start by saying thank you to any and every human that ever watches videos on this YouTube channel because I am creating everything here with love and support because we all need it. There will never be a time in human existence where there isn't a need for inspiration and love and encouragement because we are all just here figuring I can't even say it. Figuring it out. We all get here the same way as a baby. So yes, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you because I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about on this YouTube channel or what the content will be, but I know it will all come from a place of love and, inspiration and encouragement because life be lifing, okay? And I just really find it interesting to, research different topics and acquire new skills and challenge my thought process because I always want to be in a space where I can learn new things that help me evolve as a human and navigate life better. Also, I just want to say thank you to any human that ever exists and uses their time here for good. Just all of the positive vibes elevate the world. It's just how it is. Like, we should all want to live in a world full of kindness and love and acceptance and grace because the opposite of those things are not things that we enjoy experiencing. So, people who are out here creating from a place of love and just contributing to that energy in the world, you are so appreciated, and the world will always need people who choose to show up in that way. So, thank you. Okay, so let's get into this. The other day I saw like a clip that took me kind of down like a mental rabbit hole, like which I love to go on sometimes just to, explore new information and find out new things. But it was basically talking about how there's a theory that before, humans are born into the world, like their souls like talk about coming here and wanting to come here. So I'm like, maybe, I can't recall any of that, but I'm here. So I want to do everything that I can to learn as much as I can to navigate, um, yeah, this experience as best as I can while I have time here. So that's what I'll be doing. I used to think there was like a time where I would just have life figured out and it would be on cruise control and that was going to be it. But I've come to the conclusion that it's not about everything being figured out. If there's no destination, it's a journey. Like every day you wake up and you have breath in your body is an opportunity to continue to experience life. So that's my approach. Okay. I've been giving myself assignments so I can just remain in a space of awareness and doing what I can to become better and evolve into a better version of myself. So I gave myself this assignment to work on kind of like a visual vision board, whatever you want to call it, just so I can keep inventory of the things that are important to me, that I want to work on, that I want to reflect upon regularly. So, this is what I came up with. I can't remember where I saw the idea, but it was basically saying, like, you know, make a visual representation of the things that you're grateful for and that you're working on and that you want to keep like in the forefront of your mind. And so I'm like, that is a great idea. So I put together this visual in Canva, and I just loved the different elements that I was able to choose, because now I just kind of reflect back to here anytime I'm feeling like, what am I working on? Am I like, what is going on? And it just helps me to just remain inspired to focus on the things that I know add value to my life. So, okay, so when I sat down to work on this project, this is how I started. And I was kind of like, I don't know what I want to do. But then I really like sat with it and like took my time to like think about, you know, how do I want to illustrate these different areas of my life in a way that I can use this as like a reference, you know, to, you know, just keep myself in a good headspace, remain inspired. And I always want to find ways to encourage myself to keep going. So, yes, these kind of activities for me are therapeutic, and I highly recommend finding ways to encourage yourself and activities to keep your mind strong. Okay? So with this YouTube thing, I'm kind of just learning as I go, and I love that for me. Okay. Like, never feel like you have to be perfect to start something. Like, just start it. Like, today is the only day that we have for sure. Right. So you never know how your unique point of view can resonate and inspire someone else. So, I just decided I am going to get out of my own way. I definitely have had moments of analysis paralysis and, you know, wanting everything to be perfect and wanting to have, you know, all these different tools. But I just love researching, creating content, using my creative energy in different ways. And that's what I'll be doing here. So thank you to everyone who comes along on this journey with me. On to my next assignment. My next assignment was to observe human behavior as it relates to like romantic relationships. And I chose an episode of a show called Divorce Court. So, for anyone who is unfamiliar with Divorce Court, it's a show where couples go in front of a judge and they tell them about, you know, different things that are going on in their relationship that they need advice on, or, you know, they come there to mediate a situation or end a relationship based on different things. So, this particular episode of Divorce Court is with Judge Lynn Toller, who I absolutely adore and love. Like, I just love her personality. She's brilliant. She has great advice. So, highly recommend watching her episodes for the advice that she gives to couples. And she's just amazing. And so are other judges that have um, presided, is that the word? Over this court for this show. So one of the reasons I like watching this show is because it can be entertaining, but also, again, I like to observe human behavior and see what the people are talking about and what they are experiencing in their relationships. Okay, side note, I just looked it up and the word is preside. So it means to exercise guidance, direction, or control, or to occupy the place of authority, act as president, chairman, or moderator. So I had to go look that up real quick because I like to know words. And I'm like, is that what the word is? And it was. So yes, preside, presided, presiding. I will definitely have random side notes here and there. So just stay with me. Follow me. Follow me with that because I like to check in with my mind and make sure that I have the information saved to my mental vocabulary correctly. But anyway, back to what I was saying about divorce court. And of course, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. As with anything, use your own discernment. But I do. I like watching her just give some insight into relationships. So that was my assignment for today, was doing the research. So here are some notes on this episode. It was a couple that were in their 20s. They were married, and the gist of it was she was complaining that he was not bringing in a reliable source of income, and he was complaining that she complained too much and she was trying to control him. So in these episodes, you can get an idea of people's relationships, right? But of course, no one's in anyone's relationship. So it's only pieces of information. But what I liked about what was presented here is these are sometimes scenarios that can occur and people don't know how to handle them. So I felt for the plaintiff, who is the wife, Ariel, and she seemed to be in a space of where she really wanted her family to work because she, chose to be with her husband, but he wasn't really showing up as the kind of husband that she was hoping that she would have married. Okay, so great episode. The judge really gives some insight into how he's operating in his household. And I think anyone in a situation like this can benefit from what she says to the husband. So after she listens to information from both of them, she goes on to tell the husband, like, listen, you are too comfortable living off of the work of these women. Because remember, the wife talks about how the husband went and bought a PlayStation instead of paying their rent. And her mother ended up having to pay their rent. So I thought that was spot on. The insight that the judge was given to the husband so that he can maybe think about things in a different way. So when I'm watching these episodes and doing my research, I don't judge the people. These are human decisions, right? And people can evolve and grow and become different people. I believe this episode is years old. So I'm not sure what became of this couple. And I, of course, wish both of them the best. But these are ways where, I was looking at this episode like, ooh, I can kind of relate to some of what on here. And I'm glad that I was able to walk away from situations that did not serve me. And I hope that the wife made a choice to, do what worked best for her and her child and her situation. So, in the end of the episode, it does say that they ended up staying together, but the wife did not want to comment on if he was employed or not. So, again, I don't have an recent update from this couple, but hopefully everything works out for both of them. As far as my research goes regarding relationships in this assignment, I think from watching this episode, there were two quotes that I saw that really resonated for me. And the first one was, you got to choose your lover like your quality of life depends on it, because it does. So thank you to Oasis of Serenity, because that to me was just like spot on. Like, yes. And then the second one is, the degree to which a person can grow is in direct proportion to the amount of truth they can accept about themselves without running away. Shout out to the higher self. Yes, because everything with that, like, I felt like in just watching this episode, just as an example, with the husband, he didn't want to face any of his flaws and, really think about how he could change his behavior and how his behavior was affecting his family, right? And then, same thing with the wife. Like, this is the man you chose, girl. So you have to understand how partnering with someone will directly impact you. And I just want to say, I know sometimes these shows are like entertainment purposes, right? But again, take what resonates because I do feel like you can learn from observation, right? So thank you to this couple for your vulnerability, and I wish you guys all of the best. And to Judge Lynn Toller, I absolutely love her, and she's amazing. So thank you to all of them. To conclude my research on this assignment, I have two questions for the collective. If you were the wife in this case, would you stay in this relationship? And then question number two, should people with children together stay in a bad relationship? Those are my two questions. And before you answer that first question, go and watch the episode for yourself. It's on YouTube. I'll include the link down in the description, or you can like type it in the search bar, but you have to hear all of the details and hear the judge's advice in your own ears. Okay, so go watch the episode, then come back here and answer those questions for me, please. And thank you. Okay, that's all I got for today. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for staying to celebrate with me on posting my first YouTube video. And I hope that you go on with your day whenever you're seeing this and feel an energy of you're valuable, you got this. Life is ups, downs, ins, outs. So much to discover and figure out, and there's no rush. Do your best. All right. Until next time.